Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to Spending Time with Gregory. I hope everybody's having a real good morning. And I wanted to come and speak with you guys. And a topic that came to mind, and I was thinking about this, is meeting the person where they're at. And we can go even further, in the field that I work in, the therapeutic community that I work in, meeting the client where they're at. And always, we talk positive on spending time with Gregory. And when I self-reflect on meeting the person or meeting the client where they're at, it's, since working in this community, I realized that, I've learned a valuable lesson that you never know where a person is at. Their traumatic experience, their childhood experience. So it's important in the therapeutic community, or generalize it, in the secular community, meeting the person where they're at, meeting the client where they're at. As I self-reflect, I thought about myself and my journey, and this is my journey, guys. This is my journey, my video journey, and I think about what I went through to get to the point where I am today. I remember some 30-something years ago, I was standing in front of a store. I had no direction on it. I started using street drugs. I wasn't going home. I was just staying in the street every day, looking for the next fix or the next hit. And wow, and I was just standing there. And I remember seeing my uncle, and he stopped and he asked me, he says, "Greg, I want you to come with me." So, he was riding a bicycle, and we went walking, to his residence. So I was walking with him, and he was talking to me, and he was telling me that he loved me, and how you doing, and the topic of why I was in the street. He knew why I was in the street, but he didn't bring that topic up. It was like he was meeting me where I was at. So we get to his house, and I remember he cooks me a real nice steak. He cuts my hair, gives me a haircut, and the conversation was, cordial. I love you. You're my nephew. This is a person that kind of like knows my history. Knew my journey, but he met me where I was at. And I left, and he told me that he loved me, and I went back to doing what I was doing. And that's me self-reflecting on, meeting a person where they're at. 30-something years ago, my uncle met me where I was at, And today, I understand, when I go to work and when I'm out in the community, when I'm dealing with, people, I want to meet them where they're at, because you don't know anybody's experience, what they've gone through and what they're going through, and it's important to just, have a listening ear and just, be there for them, and there's actually, since I've been in school, there's science and, evidence that backs meeting a client or meeting a person where they're at. You know what I'm saying? It can be challenging at times, very challenging to meet a person where at, because a lot of times, you know, you're meeting the client where they're at, but where are you at personally? You know, where are you at? You know, are you going through a broken marriage? Have you just had a car accident or a death in the family? So it can be challenging sometimes, you know, and I find it, you know, I've learned a valuable lesson, you know, going to work every day to be focused on the client, focused on, you know, their traumatic experiences, because, you know, yeah. And it's worked out well for me, guys. You know, before I leave you today, you know, there's some very important things I want to, you know, say that can help you become a better person, because it's helped me become a better person, you know, and that's things that you can do, like exercise, you know, proper sleep, nutrition, you know, proper diet. I don't know if you guys, you know, are into mindfulness or meditation. I've been on a mindfulness meditation journey for the past 12 years, and it's been beautiful. You know, it helps me get through the day and work on your mental health. You know, therapy is beautiful. If you can get therapy for whatever's going on in your life, you know, it works. I mean, and if you can't afford therapy, you know, build a network of people who have been through the same things you're going through. You know, somebody you could talk to, speak to. And it's important to develop healthy relationships, guys. Healthy relationships. You know, I'm sure you know a healthy relationship when you see one. I try to develop healthy relationships with my friends, you know, with the people that I interact with on a day-to-day basis, you know, with my coworkers. Healthy relationships. So those are some key things that I take a look at, and I'm encouraging you to take a look at. You know, sleep, exercise, nutrition. Thank you guys for spending time with Gregory. I'll look forward to, you know, seeing you in my next video. Have a great day.